And we're back. We made it to the hidden military base on our way to Yokohama City since the main road was out due to a landslide. And we have no idea what's down here other than some crates and the shop, both of which we will be dealing with. And apparently a random encounter inside
by the shop.
The first 5 seconds.
Another one in the bag.
Pride comes before a fall.
Okay, as I was saying, let's look at the shop. So, let's see, do we have any golems to synthesize? Lord Onyx is one of the ones that I use sometimes, so we might go ahead and make him. However, this one I have never seen. Can I get a status page for it? No, I'm just gonna have to make it and see what it does, I guess.
Apparently. The only thing...
No, you can check it from here.
Oh, cool.
Menus are just weird. Okay, so... to be perfectly honest, not that good. It would give us some dark coverage, but it can never hit the third row. It doesn't really have any support, and its health is middling. So
well, it is a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, not that great. So yeah, I think we're just gonna make Lord Onyx. I don't believe he has any dark type moves, unfortunately, but he can hit just about anywhere on the board. And if you level him up, he can actually hit pretty well. It's just unfortunate that he doesn't have any typed attacks, so no coverage on that, but he's still pretty good. I think that's gonna be it for things that we synthesize for golems. And let's see, are those... Okay, the blade leggings would actually be a pretty decent improvement for Korean. So if we can't afford to buy the weapon cores for her here... Now, we're going to get Atsuma's weapon core here. We always get his weapon cores first because he always has to be in our party. He is the main character. So we're going to get that for him. And unfortunately, we don't have enough for Kareen's and Rygar's. We only have enough for one. And I think I'm going to go with Rygar's because Kareen at least has the blade leggings that we could make for her in the meantime. Rygar, we don't have anything for him yet. So, gonna get that and gonna save the rest of our money for Kareen for her weapon. Yeah, see, that is a much, much bigger improvement than the hammer knuckle would have been. So we can just jump right to synthesizing that. And they don't get a cool synthesization cutscene. It just happens. And honestly, considering how much bigger of a jump the store weapon was for Atsuma, and we're still kind of low on speed gems. Let's go ahead and make Rygar's. And we'll just get Kareen's weapon core as soon as we can. We need to make sure that that weapon actually got equipped. And as the game points out here, only human characters have weapons. Golems, they don't get weapons, they don't get new skills. Again, compared to your human party members, they're pretty limited. So, yeah, definitely equip that. Much, much better. Don't have any new weapons for you yet, I'm sorry. And much better than his old sword in every way. So, Atsuma and Rygar should at least be a little better. And I think we have enough SP now that hopefully we can learn some of the skills that we bought a while ago. which for some reason is not done from within the character menu. The menuing is a bit weird. Yeah, definitely going to learn that. And then Kareen's going to learn both of these skills. And Rygar finally gets High Earth Shake, which will give us an Earth attack. And do we have any supports? We have Negate Poison, which, I mean, it's eventually probably going to be swapped out for something else, but it has its uses. So we don't have any other support skills to learn, so we may as well learn that. Okay, so that's basically, it's the same thing, but it cancels the gravity status. And that's good enough that I'm going to try to learn it right away if we can.
Yeah,
because it locks you, what gravity status does is it locks the unit in place. They can't move on the grid unless you manage to do something to remove it, and removing statuses unless you use the item for it it's not impossible. There are some skills that do it, but not very many. And the cancel gravity, like the poison negation, we're probably eventually going to get rid of for better things, but the gravity canceling I tend to actually keep.
So that was a good drop.
Quite a lot longer. Well, I mean, it's not random. I don't remember where everything is, but it's not random in any way. I'm just glad we didn't miss that.
More boxes.
Okay, gonna just kind of glance over this way. I definitely see the boxes. I don't see any more hallways or anything. I'll just glance down this way. Nope, that's all caved in.
Unless you can punch through the cave and
you cannot. I mean, I'm sure Atsuma would try, but won't do anything. Okay. So we're just gonna head at that chair and apparently a random encounter.
Annoying chair. They're done.
They're dead.
They didn't even get a turn. They're done. Didn't even lose any VP.
Always nice when you can do that.
Looks like another lost golem.
Yep, that is a lost golem that you have to fight. Not all of them are optional. So that's going to be our first little mini boss. You know, when we eventually get there.
Look out!
Oh, there's a cutscene for this now.
Something is coming.
There was just like a placeholder conversation for that in the 360 version. They did not have time to finish that at all. Okay. So this one's obviously a little bit chunkier than the random golems in this area. It is Earth type. And as you can see, it can hit a pretty decent area. It can inflict poison, but the only one of us that's actually vulnerable to that now is Sasquatch. However, it can also drain HP from us and heal itself, which can be nasty. However, I think the poison ball is the only thing that can hit the third row, and it does damage on its own, so it's not like people in the third row are completely invulnerable, but if that's the only thing it can hit with, then that would be good for Kareen, so I'm probably going to keep her back. This fight's probably going to be at least a little longer, so I'm going to have Sasquatch do a Giga Charge, but I'm going to move Rygar into range for it first. Also get a barrier going. Everybody buff. And you know what? We have completely maxed out our EX meter. Might as well use it. Not boosting.
What power?
Rage and flare. Burn it up.
Okay, yep, definitely gonna try to keep Kareen in cover because even only taking half damage on that Earth Ball or Poison Ball. No, the Poison Ball's ranged, so cover doesn't work. Ah! Okay, gonna have to heal a lot if we're gonna keep Kareen in this.
Recover!
I'm alive. Here we go.
Okay. Sasquatch is gonna have to rest at least one turn after this because he's running out of ether. I think everyone else is doing okay so far. Everyone just keep hitting it.
Here we go.
Yeah!
Now it's trying to drain our health. Okay, 257. We can probably do that much damage, although without Sasquatch's attack. Don't have a choice though, so he's gonna have to just recover ether. And Rygar cannot do... High Earth Shake wouldn't be very good because that golem is Earth type, and obviously High Earth Shake is an Earth attack.
So half damage.
Yeah, Slash would be better than half on High Earth Shake, so that's 83. Natsuma can come forward, and that's another 91. However, I don't think anything Kareen can do, except maybe... I think if we used her EX, it would be enough. Yeah, why not? When else are we going to use it?
Attack! Yeah!
Okay, if I'd checked and realized they were going to combo, I probably could have actually gotten away with another move, but...
Well, it's dead now. And we got to see that cool cutscene, so
Yep.
there's that.
That takes care of that. But it's also
That's-
taking it out of me.
That's one of the first fights where if you haven't taught them at least a few new skills and like started to improve your characters a bit, if you're just running through the game and not doing a whole lot to build your party, that's one of the first fights that can actually be a bit of a hurdle because of that drain bark ability that Golem had. However, like the first really big mini boss that actually managed to beat me several times when I first played this as a kid, that's coming up soon. So that'll be fun when we get to it.
Can we rest a little before heading on to Yokohama?
As you say.
No, we must go on.
Hey, you! I'm worn out, okay?
Then rest. I'll go on alone.
You really want to check on your friends that badly?
Of course I do.
Of course.
You got a problem with that? A problem with me worrying about my friends?
Of course not. I just thought it's a little strange, that's all.
Strange? Why?
Well, nothing. Don't worry about it. Let's just get to Yokohama, okay?
But, my lady.
Don't worry, Rygar. I'm in a hurry too. Let's just get it done. We need to get there and back as quickly as possible.
As you say.
Okay. Well, then that settles it. Let's go.
When the party argues about whether to take a short rest or a long rest, or no rest.
And of course the healer is the one going, guys, my spell slots are gone. Meanwhile, the two fighters are just like, yeah, we can keep going.
let's see if we can get to that thing right up there.
Yep. Store the VP, punch all the barrels.
Not a lot of drops from them barrels.
Such attacks could never hit us.
What attacks? They didn't even get to attack you.
Hey, I want some more.
We'll be taking the ladder momentarily, but first, boxes.
All the boxes. Just checking behind us, because sometimes they like to hide things. Okay, now we have made it through to the other part of the forest.
$1,000.
This is why you just check behind you. Every entrance. They just like to try to hide things right behind where they put you in the hopes that you just carry on forward without looking. Yeah, this is a bit closer to how the lighting looked in, like, all of the forest previously.
So now it's kind of like you took a whole day of walking.
Yeah. Okay, got another golem up here that we can fight to get the core. Okay, so these should all be fire. And they're all the same strength, so... Let's see, what all can they do? That one flame kick, a poison kick, and an ether draining move. That would be annoying if they get a chance to spam it. Okay, ideally I would have liked to be able to get Kareen somewhere back here so that she could hit both of these guys, but Sasquatch is in her way, and... let's see... Rygar could hit them. And then combined with Giga Blow, that should take them out, or at least be really, really close to taking them out. And then I guess Kareen can hit these ones instead. And Atsuma can do Stampede. That hurt more than I thought it would. Okay. So the problem is I can't get Sasquatch into a position to hit this thing now because Kareen and Atsuma are in the way. So I guess, yeah, Levitain, it's not in offensive EX. It doubles Rygar's stats. It is still very good, but in this case it doesn't really help. 2 blades or 2 of anything that Rygar can do will take it out. It's just it's going to take him 2 turns. Sasquatch, you may as well charge up. Why not? Alright, we got it.
Strike! You're finished.
Those ended up being a little tougher than I thought they'd be. Finally get out of this forest. And I suppose at some point we found the main road again. And we are now approaching Yokohama City.
Or at least what's left of it.
Yeah. Don't think Atsuma's going to be very happy with what he sees.
Yeah, I think there might actually be less of it left than there was of Midgar after Final Fantasy VII.
It's pretty comparable, actually.
No problem once we get serious.
Okay, a random guy along the road, and also a random encounter. Every time I see something interesting, the game's like, nah, we need to take you out of that for a second. If I was going to change one thing about this game, it would be how the random encounters are handled.
Yeah, I kind of wish they at least had an item like Repel in Pokemon or something.
Once I get serious,
As far as I can remember, there's nothing like that in this game. You can't even, like, out-level areas to lower the encounter rate. As far as I know, there's nothing that affects it, unless I'm completely forgetting something. Okay. Yep, we're going to Yokohama.
He also had to see for himself what happened.
Okay, so apparently there are some soldiers from London City at the bridge, so I'm sure we're going to have to deal with them.
And of course it's King Caliban doing stuff.
Of course, Atsuma's going to carry on anyway. Pretty sure if he has to punch the soldiers, he'll do it. I'll go ahead and get this skill for Atsuma. And that should leave us, yep, just enough to get that weapon core for green. Which, yeah, it's a lot better than the blade leggings, so I'm glad we just waited. That now, and probably gonna go ahead and synthesize one of these. As you guys saw, it can be pretty threatening once you level it up a little. Of course, the one that we synthesize will not be as powerful to start out. It's much lower level than the one that we fought, but it can become pretty good. I usually don't bother with these. Again, just about any of these golems can actually be pretty good if you level them up enough. But some are better than others, and this is one that I use sometimes, so make it. I think that's everything. We are down to $6, so I don't think we're going to be affording anything else here for the moment. Get that weapon equipped on Kareen. Should boost her stats a fair bit. Let's see. Yeah, particularly range and support, which are two main skills for her anyway in the long run. Skills. Can learn high charge. It'll give him the ability to boost his stats if we end up with an unlucky spawn or a turn where I just can't get him into a good spot to attack, or if it's going to be a particularly long fight. And I'm going to go ahead and replace the weaker punch. While it can be nice to have, if I have other skills that I'd like to use, I'd rather, you know, have them than duplicates. Is not the way to Yokohama City. I'm pretty sure those knights that you can see in the distance there are just there to stop you from trying to head off to other areas. They'll tell you to turn around if you try to head that way right now. So we're gonna head for the bridge.
Look! There are soldiers at the bridge. I guess they're doing some kind of inspection.
Hey, Rygar, look!
Lord Oka, the preparations are complete.
Well, the evil music kicked in, so we know that this can't be good.
Good. Then let us delay no further. Ignite!
Well, the bridge is gone.
That seems really unnecessary.
Yeah,
The
you do
demolition
know
is complete, Lord
the
Oka.
Queen of Ice can fly, right?
Yeah, like, that's not going to slow her down at all. It's just going to keep anyone who might be in Yokohama potentially trapped there if there are any survivors, or just anyone who wanted to check the ruins. They're now stuck there.
I can see that. Huh. This should confound those rampaging golems a little. Although, I doubt it would phase a devil golem.
You even admit that. Like, we haven't even run into any rampaging normal golems. I'm pretty sure they probably got wiped out by what the Queen of Ice did too. So...
Those incompetent Yokohama idiots. All this trouble thanks to them. Wipe yourselves out, sure. But don't leave us to pick up the pieces.
wow. Absolutely zero empathy on this guy.
Am I right?
That is...
You even made the frickin' guards with you kind of bulk at that one.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
You
Made
don't
your
wanna
minions
speak ill of the
uncomfortable.
dead. Don't worry about that. The people in Yokohama have never meant much to us anyway. Worthless fools. In fact, it's a relief that they're wiped out. They could have multiplied, grown stronger, and eventually threatened us.
You are really just begging to be punched in the face.
Like maggots, thriving in the rotting flesh of their city.
Your own mother would want to punch you in the face, sir.
He keeps piling on.
And humans shouldn't worry about maggots being wiped out, should they?
What a monster.
Kareen summed it up.
Why you?
Oh no. Stop, you idiot!
Well, you shouldn't.
Hey, you!
What? And who might you be?
Great job destroying the bridge! For all you know, there might still be people alive in Yokohama.
I thought you looked a bit simple, but this surpasses all expectations. Survivors in a city attacked by a devil golem? Highly improbable.
But not impossible. And again, destroying this bridge accomplished what? for you.
What?
Stop! He's a knight, okay? Not some regular grunt.
Well, well. If it isn't Lady Kareen. And you, too. What a surprise. Off to a picnic in the mountains, are we? How grand.
What I do is no concern of yours.
Of course not, my lady. Of course not.
Oka, tell me one thing.
What?
The destruction of this bridge, was it ordered by King Caliban?
Of course. We knights only carry out the orders of the king. You know that.
Indeed.
I can't believe.
Anyway, I've no time for this. I shall take my leave of you fine people. I have much to be getting on with. Unlike you, it seems. Men, back to London City.
Yes, sir. Prepare to return to London.
Well then, farewell.
Just who does that guy think he is?
My apologies.
Why should you have to apologize for him?
Anyway, the bridge is down, so we'll have to find another way across.
Yeah. Let's go down to the shore then.
So, obviously some tension there between that commander of the knights, Rygar, and Kareen. And, I mean, I think it was pretty obvious to begin with that Rygar was in the knights at some point. He even still wears most of the uniform, so that's hardly a shock. But apparently they are not fond of each other.
No complaints from me.
Now, do you remember when we ran into Yuki in the forest and she mentioned wanting to come back to the coast because she was tracking down another golem here? Well, it isn't one of the 4 beast golems. It's one of another set of golems that you can potentially get that are very, very powerful. And again, unless they've changed things, we're probably not going to be able to get it right now. But I will show it to you guys. If I can remember where it's at. I know it's very close by. Yeah, it's kind of hidden back here in this little
there
cave.
you go.
And of course there's going to be a random encounter that is not the fight that I want to trigger, just to delay things. Having dealt with that, back to the thing I actually want to fight. So, as the name 3 Pillar Guardians implies, there are 3 golems in this particular set that you can find. I remember the locations of one of the other ones. I cannot remember the location of the 3rd. Hopefully that comes back to me at some point. Now these ones, the 4 beast golems, guard orbs that let you into a big optional area that has a lot of different golems that you can get and some different items and stuff. The god orbs that these ones protect are the cores that you need to synthesize the best weapons for each character. You get, I believe you get one of the god orbs just for story progress, and then the other ones you have to beat these ones to get it. And we need to have that first god weapon to fight any of these 3, apparently. I forgot that little tidbit. So we can't even try to fight it right now. Which is a shame, because I wanted to show it to you guys, but guess that'll have to wait for later.
This wasn't just luck, now was it?
And once again, swimming comes in handy.
Yep. Good news is at least some of these random encounters are actually dropping a decent number of speed gems. So the materials that you get during these random encounters are based largely on the types of golems that you're fighting. So generally fighting golems that require a lot of a certain gem to synthesize, they'll drop those gems when you defeat them. So, again, you run into so many random encounters in this game just playing normally. You tend to kind of get an idea of what kind of gems you're going to get when you're fighting the encounters of a given area. So if you need to come back and get gems, you tend to figure it out without having to really look anything up, which is nice.
That was a fine strategy.
Oh yeah, perfect.
If there's anything over here. Doesn't look like it. So, doubling back. And there we are, around the bridge. It delayed us all of maybe 10 minutes, if that. So I don't think it's going to do much to even slow down any normal rampaging golems that might come out of Yokohama City. There we are, in the chest. Which contained less money than the chest that was, like, right next to the entrance of several places. But, hey, still free money. Don't see anything on the bridge, so... check over this way. Can't get to any of that. Okay, we're actually getting pretty close to Yokohama now. And we already have ominous clouds over in that direction, so that's probably not a great sign. Dare you interrupt my crate punching? Looks like we might have a little side area over here. And of course, 30 million random encounters.
Doesn't that feel great?
we have another treasure chest. Eventually. Money? Definitely gonna need it, so might not be the world's most exciting reward, but I'm not gonna complain too much. And another person who is now either going to have to swim along the river or be trapped if they can't. Great. So, he's already seen the ruins of the city. And considering that he's now just staring off into space and being cryptic, I'm going to assume that it wasn't good. Hopefully Atsuma's limited brain cells give him some resistance to trauma.
Hey, I want some more.
We have the Cyber Tiger over there. Or Cyber Tiger? Where did we have the Sabertooth over there. And he is another one of the ones that I tend to use quite a lot. So I'm excited to get him so we can add him to the party in a bit. Although, come to think of it, Cyber Tiger feels like it should be a golem.
All right.
Rygar,
Yes, my lady?
isn't it getting a little chilly?
Now that you mention it.
I hate the cold.
You are not going to like a lot of this trip.
I hope it doesn't get any colder.
Let's just let her live in hope while she can, Atsuma. It is most definitely going to get colder.